Hey. Say hi to me as you're hopping on so that I know that you are here. Hello. Hello, Claire. I have messages from you I think that I need to go respond to. I had a day yesterday. It was a day. It's definitely a day. Um, but I'm glad you're here. So we're going to talk about the things. Talk about the things. Talk about the things. Sister Vicky Thompson, how are you? I'm just seeing you everywhere these days, which is amazing and incredible. I love it. Okay, so we'll see what Facebook does with this engagement and algorithm here. But I just did an interview actually for a free series that's coming out. And I wanted to, it inspired me to hop on and talk a little bit about the recession. And yeah, so I wanted to hop on and share some things that I see coming down the pipe and what I think and feel you can do to be prepared for what's coming. So I don't think it's any like big surprise to anyone that we are in a recession. Has not been officially announced, but look, we're here, right? Like we're in it. And I've been talking about this for a couple of years. So here it comes, right? Like I've been talking about, we're going to start to see this breakdown of our financial systems and structures. It's upon us. And look, like I'm going to be fully transparent with you guys here. Like this actually is impacting my business. It's already begun to impact my business. People are paying payments late. People are struggling to make payments. And so and I've been navigating that in my business over the last couple of weeks. And it's really interesting, like really being in wealth work and diving deeply into wealth work. To be in a place where when that starts to happen and when I begin to see what's happening on the global stage and when it starts to play out, to not shift immediately into lack and scarcity. Now, is there frustration around that? Yeah, absolutely. But I wanted to get on because I think that there's something really, really important that everyone needs to have awareness of as we move into this next phase in the evolution of humanity, right? First and foremost is that this recession that's happening in the United States is going to have a global impact. So I think it's important that everyone have an understanding of this. This is not just something that's going to happen in the United States. Like this is going to have a ripple effect. We will have another Great Depression in the coming years. Like it is inevitable. We are going to see the deconstruction of our financial systems and structures, and we're starting to see that. It's not. We're not in destruction mode, but you're starting to see them decomposing. Like it's starting to fall apart. The smoke and mirror game is no longer working. Okay, the global economy cannot sustain itself the way that it has been going. It just can't. And the fascinating thing for me about being in Indonesia is that I'm really seeing the countries that are going to thrive. Indonesia isn't going to have a problem. Okay? When this happens, Indonesia will come out on top. there are countries on this planet that are going to thrive during this recession. And this is the piece of information that I want to give you. Some of the world's wealthiest people made their money during recessions and depressions. Just let that land for a minute. Some of the world's wealthiest people made their fortunes during recessions and depressions. This time in the evolution of humanity can be the most financially lucrative of your life. Just like I had the best financial year of my life in 2020 during the pandemic, when many people were like immersed in lack, scarcity, their very foundations of safety, stability, and security were being shook. Sorry, I have the hiccups now. Too much air coming in. People that had been deeply immersed in this wealth work with me thrived and had the best financial years of their life in the pandemic because they had the ability to detach from the programming and conditioning, the fear and scarcity and lack, scarcity consciousness, had the ability to detach from that and step into pivoting and sovereignty, right? So this is no different. And it was really interesting, like as some of this stuff was coming up for me this week, and I was looking at how this is already impacting my business, I was like, I'm not energetically available for my business being negatively affected by this recession. So what do I need to do? Well, what I need to do is I need to teach you how to thrive during this time. Sorry, we need to ban somebody who's spamming our current live stream there. Not cool. All right. Anyway, I need to teach you how to thrive during this recession. And here's the good news. If you're watching this live stream, it means that you are already invested in personal growth and personal development and expansion and growth, and that you already have an awareness that there is an enormous amount of programming and conditioning that happens to us around money, wealth, and abundance. So you've already got the edge over the majority of humanity because you understand those things and you're already on that path. It is going to require of us that we be willing to look outside the box. The way that we have done things up until this point, the way that we have sold things, the way that we have marketed, it's all shifting again right now. It happened in 2020, it happened again in 2021. Things kind of started going back to normal as far as like marketing and all of that now. And now we're getting ready to be hit with this global recession, okay? Everything needs to change. But the biggest thing that needs to change is how you operate in your mindset. I don't think it's any coincidence that over the last several months, I have been deeply diving into the science of mindset and manifestation. There's been so much epic advancement in the last several years of understanding how we achieve goals, how we create, how we manifest, and how our mind works, the mindset component of manifestation, how it works. And what I'm talking about here is the physiology of it, the physicality of it, the how our brain works, the neural circuits that support manifestation and creation. So, for me, it's like spiritual community, law of attraction, love and light, mindset your way to millions, all of that shit, like it doesn't fucking work, okay? Doesn't work. It may work in short periods of time because obviously when you shift your vibration from a low frequency to a high frequency, which you absolutely can do with positive affirmations and positive thinking, of course you're shifting your internal reality. So of course your external reality is going to shift for a period of time. But human beings are not motivated by positivity. They're just not. That's not how our brains work. And we are motivated by fear. And we have to be able to tap into that to create sustainable wealth. And that is just a fact. And I wish that that wasn't the case, but that is actually how we operate. It is how the amygdala of our brain, which is one of the key components of the neural circuit that is responsible for manifestation and achieving our goals, that's how it works. It is motivated by fear. It is motivated by an avoidance of negative things happening to us. It is not motivated by positivity and forecasting of something amazing that's going to happen to us. That's just not how it works. So, over the last several months, like, this is what I've been studying and diving deeply into. I want you to understand how to create and manifest. It is vitally important that you do so right now. There has never been a time on this planet that you have needed these skills more. You have to be able to step into your power. You have to be able to detach at least a little bit from the matrix. You've got to change your lens, because otherwise you are going to be where the majority of the planet is going to be, in a whole lot of hurt and a whole big world of hurt in the coming months. You have to shift. You have to pivot. You need to understand these concepts. You need to understand how the human brain works. The reason why everything falls apart when we hit a recession or when a pandemic hits is because people like you are out there continuing to try to market to humanity the way that you were doing before. And that is not the state that humanity is in. People are being triggered as fuck right now. People are paying ridiculous amounts of money for gas. People that used to be able to go to the gas pump and fill up their car are now having to put like $10 in, $15 in. Families with babies can't get formula. The supply chain issues are real, right? These financial issues are real. Food supply is in shortage. Like, we are moving into a time in humanity that our generations has never seen before. And unfortunately, most of the people that are my age, our grandparents have passed. So we can't even, get help and assistance from them and mentoring from them on what they went through. They were children the last time something like this happened, but at least they were there, and it was very, very impactful for them. So we're now out here forging a new path and a new way, and in large part going to have to figure this out for ourselves. What I want you to hear is that right now you have an incredible, incredible opportunity to thrive. You have an incredible opportunity to acquire and accumulate wealth. You have an incredible opportunity to rise above what's going to be happening and playing out on the global stage. But you need to understand how to market to people during this crisis. You need to understand what motivates people. You need to understand how the human brain works, not just for yourself, but for your clients. My goal over the next 2 years is going to be to elevate as many people as possible out of this state of global fuckery that we're finding ourselves in. Like, I don't want to see families suffering. I don't want to see mothers having difficulty getting formula. I don't want to see families not able to put gas in their car. I don't want to see families struggling to have food. Americans, go plant a fucking garden right now. If you haven't already done that, I don't know what you're doing. You've got to start creating your own food sources. This is a reality, guys. I wish it wasn't. I wish that, a year ago or 2 years ago when I was predicting this stuff, I was wrong. I wish more than anything that I wasn't right, but I was. And now it's happening. Now it's upon us, right? Now we're dealing with it. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty for the majority of humanity. And you are going to want to very carefully consider where you're living in the world. You really are. And I'm telling you right now that the United States is not going to be a fun or positive place to be. And if you are choosing to stay there, I really, really recommend that you start planning for food shortages, that you start planting gardens and growing your own food, and that you start looking at opening up additional streams of revenue, and that you get really fucking serious about it right now. I came in fall of 2019 with this same sense of urgency that I have right now, telling people, start doing your purpose work, start opening up additional streams of revenue, start diving deeply into, how you can not be dependent upon your 9-to-5 or that job that you think is so safe, stable, and secure. The people that listened to me ended up thriving. The people that didn't were in a whole world of hurt. And again, this is this piece of me that I share that I don't want it to be right. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish I could tell you that we're not going to see a complete deconstruction of our financial systems and structures. I wish I could tell you that there aren't going to be more people starving on this planet in the coming years. I wish I could tell you that it's not going to be middle-class people that are going to be in poverty and that are going to be starving and aren't going to be able to feed their families. I wish that wasn't the case, but it is the reality. And we can't change that. But what we can change is who we are going to be in this story, what our life is going to look like, and the impact that we're going to have and how we're going to go out and affect change on the planet. That's what we can change. That's what we can do. And I get frustrated. I do get frustrated because I feel like there are so many people on this planet right now that are not taking this seriously. Even with everything that they've seen over the last 2 years, even with being able to see how easily controlled and manipulated the majority of the people on this planet are. Now, what are we seeing? Food shortages, gas prices increasing, people not being able to feed their family. The average family in the United States right now has had to come up with an extra almost $600 a month to survive. Now, to some of us, that might not seem like a lot, but you have to understand that in America, that would be like saying to me, I have to come up with an additional $20,000 a month. I just got to figure it out. It's fucking wild what's happening. And this is the reality that we're living in. So it's really, really important that we take this seriously and that we choose to do things differently now, right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. By next year, you're going to be fucked. Right now, taking this seriously. Right now, looking at what you need to do to shift and pivot. Right now, beginning to look at your business with a different lens. Everything might be fine right now. That can change next week. People are starting to feel the pressure of this global recession. It is activating lack and scarcity consciousness in them. They are starting to pull back. They are starting to not make investments that they used to make. They are starting to reallocate resources. It is going to impact everyone, but you get to decide how it's going to impact you. And are you going to thrive or are you going to survive over the next several years? Some of you aren't going to thrive. Some of you aren't even going to survive. And that is the very sad reality of this, but you do have a choice. And it is a decision that you get to make in this moment of who are you going to be on the other side of this thing? And are you going to start preparing now for what is coming? I have lots of advice about, what I think you should be doing or you could be doing. And I'm going to start sharing more of that in my Telegram channel because I can't actually talk about it on Facebook or I'll get put in jail. So if you're not in my Telegram channel, the Wealth Witch channel on Telegram, get your heinies over in there because I'm going to be dropping messages in there about what I think you need to do based on where you live in the world. it's crazy because I think that, in large part, like, we want to just avoid it. We want to be like, it's not going to be that bad. You know, we may feel a little bit of it, but we're not going to be fully impacted by it. But here's the reality of it. Many people, when the pandemic started, were like, it's not going to be that bad. It can't possibly be what the conspiracy theorists are saying is going to happen. And then look where we ended up. Global lockdown. Nobody saw that coming. Some people saw that coming, right? But we called them all crazy. Tinfoil hat people. It happened. It's going to happen again. It's going to get worse. And again, God, I wish I was wrong. I wish I was wrong. I wish I hadn't fucking called this, but I did. And now it's coming. And hopefully you've been preparing, but if you haven't, the time is now. The time to start preparing, it's right now. It's upon us, okay? And yeah, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Look, there's no 2 weeks to flatten the recession, okay? Like, it's on us, it's upon us. And you're about to see it play out on the global stage. And it's gonna be scary. Believe me, it's going to be scary. But it doesn't have to be for you. It doesn't have to be for you. You get to choose to thrive during this time. Make your investments wisely. And when I say investments, I don't just mean financial. I mean time, energy, and money. Invest in things that are going to give you the tools and the skills and the wisdom and the knowledge that you need to thrive during this time, to expand during this time. I've been laying the groundwork for this over the last several months through my heretic programs, now through my business masterminds that I'm getting ready to launch, because I'm not here to see my community struggling and suffering. I'm just not. I'm not here for it. And I want you to have an understanding of how you can thrive. And I don't want to give you fucking law of attraction secret bullshit, because it doesn't work. What I do want to give you is science. What I do want to help you understand is how to hack your brain and how to hack your body so that you can thrive during this time. And that's it. Like, that's what I want for you. And so everything that you're going to see me doing over the coming months, that is going to be the purpose behind it. I'm not just throwing spaghetti at walls here, folks. Like, I'm being very, very intentional in the programs that I'm launching and the work that I'm doing in the world right now. And it is all designed to help you thrive during this time. And in very tangible ways, not in vague, conceptual, interpretive ways. Like, Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game, starting August 17th, okay? I am teaching you the science of manifestation. I am teaching you the science of mindset. I'm teaching you how to hack your brain. I am helping you clear stuck and stagnant emotional pathology from the organs and meridian systems of the body. I am going to teach you how to hack your organs to create and manifest wealth in your life. And we know it works, right? It is science. It is not woo. It's a little bit woo, but it's backed by science. So, master your spiritual money game. Get your fucking asses in there. I'm telling you right now, like, this is a pivotal moment. Right now, what you do, the actions that you take over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of months, are going to determine your reality over the next 5 to 10 years. And it's either going to be pretty or it's not. But if you don't understand how to hack your brain, and you don't understand how to speak to the world as their literally, like, the lack, we haven't seen lack and scarcity. Like, what happened during the pandemic and that instability of businesses, like people not having employment and that global lockdown situation, like, you think that was bad? You haven't seen anything yet. Like, shit's about to get crazy. Up to you. You get to decide. So here's the thing. I'm laying it all out. I'm giving you every tool, every hack, every tip, every trick that I have between now and the end of the year. Like, that's my plan, because I know what's coming next year. The people that choose to do this work and to dive deeply into understanding of their own physiology, the way that their own brain works, and being able to be open to seeing things in a different way and expanding their current worldview and shifting their lens and being willing to reevaluate their entire businesses, those are the people that are going to thrive. And there are going to be millionaires made in the next year. And it's just going to happen. You just get to decide if you're going to be one of them. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Like, multiple millions are coming for me in the next few years. So while everyone is in this situation where they are hurting and struggling and in lack and in scarcity, I refuse to be there. I refuse to have my family there, and I refuse to have my community there. So I'm going to be doing everything possible so that you're not there. But you have to say yes. You have to opt in. You've got to show up, and you've got to show up right now. So Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game is starting on the 17th. And science of mindset and manifestation is what I'm teaching you. Helping you clear some blocks from your organs and meridian systems along the way, especially so that you can really absorb the information that I'm going to be teaching you. But you are going to leave with the ability to hack your brain, to create and manifest from a scientific perspective. Not fucking woo, not The Secret, not law of attraction bullshit, not love and light, fucking science and reality. Okay? And you are going to begin to understand how you go out and help the world based upon what's going on in their brain. So, you can look at this as me, spreading fear propaganda, but I told you before. I told you in the fall of 2019. And then it happened in 2020. Like, for whatever reason, love it or hate it, I've been given this gift of prophecy. I hate it most of the time, but it is what it is. And I'm telling you what's coming. So you can jump on the train, or you can stay standing in the station, and that's probably not going to turn out too good for you. So that's it. And you don't often see me coming on and being this forceful, but if you go back and you watch some of my live streams from the fall of 2019, this same energy, and this is what you're going to be seeing from me in the coming months, because I'm just not here for it anymore. Like, I'm over it. I'm over the niceties. I'm over, like, trying to edge people along. I'm like, this is the fucking reality of what's about to go down. You got a choice. Where are you going to be? So get your asses in Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. There's Epic Payment Plan available. And that's basically all I've got to say. Get into the Telegram channel. I'm going to be sharing way more information in there than I can share on the Facebook, because you know how they do me dirty here and don't let me share the things that I want to be sharing with you. So here's the link. Click the link, do the thing, and come join me in Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. It'll be the best money that you spent all year. I can tell you that right now. Just being able to understand. And if you have questions about this, get your ass into my Revolutionary Wealth group, because I just did a 3-day series on money, magic, and manifestation. And day 3, I talked about some of this science stuff. And it will blow your fucking mind. So go watch it. It's free. Revolutionary Wealth group. Let me give you the link. If you're not already in there, go in there. You might be watching from there because I shared this live stream there. Go watch day 3. And you can see some of what I'm going to be teaching. Even if you've done this wealth work with me before. So just as an FYI, if you've done Master Your Spiritual Money Game before, the content that was in there is staying in there, but I'm doing 8 new weeks of content, and it is all going to be scientific based. And then we're also doing a whole new set of elemental content, and we're doing emotional clearing in there, which we haven't done in the past. So it's going to be a whole vibe. It's leading into Ouroboros. So do the thing. Go in. If you want to know, if you're like, oh, what's she talking about? Go into Revolutionary Wealth. Watch day 3 of Money, Magic, Manifestation. But choice is yours. Join me in Mastering Your Spiritual Money Game. I'm about to blow your mind and change your world. That's a promise. Love you guys.